Hey there, happy hump day. One of my favorite days of the week, only because I get to say that out loud. But today I'm really excited. We have another I Can't Even meals with a special guest. Hold on, he's coming down the aisle right here. Dwight. Dwight from Urban Rastaman. Hey, man.
Good evening.
It's like
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Rogers. I swear, I'm like
How you
Mr. Rogers.
Good
Coming in your neighborhood.
Good evening.
Good evening. So a couple different things. One thing is, I don't know if you've noticed this. I am super white. I don't know if anybody has noticed that at all. I am. And I also culturally super white. Like I know pizza, I know burgers, I know those types of things. But when I met you, we were just talking about a couple different things.
Just talking about life in general.
And life in general. And you whipped out the whole thing where you have this company.
Yeah, it's called Urban Rastaman. So what Urban Rastaman is we are a Caribbean-based company. We're based out of Orlando, Florida, but we're Caribbean. Not just Jamaican, not just Trinidadian, not just Guyanese. It's cultural. It's Caribbean culture. But we're about spreading culture. In fact, this is our logo. It's a lion in a suit. And at the very bottom, it says Urban Rastaman Spread Culture. We want to make sure that we go into every community and just share our culture with everyone. So you're saying that I'm just a white girl? No,
Yeah, I know.
You have culture.
Listen,
I have culture.
Hold
we're
on.
sharing
Give me
culture.
1 second. Here's the thing. When he said he was coming over and got Caribbean culture, whatever, I'm like, what do I have that goes with that? This is the closest I could come with Golden Girls. Because Miami, that's as far down south as I have clothes-wise.
That's close. Miami is like South Jamaica or Northern Jamaica. It's the Caribbean. It's the closest you can come to Caribbean.
He's so
in
nice.
the United States.
He's so nice.
It's
ridiculous.
You're doing good.
Right on, dude. Chris Diamonds. He loves you already. You would love this dude, Chris. You totally would.
Right. No. Before we get started,
Yeah.
Urban Rastaman, as I said, Caribbean brand. I am Jamaican.
Yeah.
We come to bring the Caribbean vibe. So if we're gonna be cooking, we're gonna be making food. I have everything in the Urban Rastaman bag. So of course, Caribbean colors, Jamaican colors. But you can't have Urban Rastaman on your cooking show and not have some reggae music. So I'm going to keep it nice and neutral for you because current day reggae can be quite vulgar. But we're going to...
FYI, the only thing I have on my playlist is like Taylor Swift. So this is again just making me way cooler already.
Well, today we're going to have some Bob Marley playing in the background because we're going to have a nice little Caribbean vibe.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Ultimately, we're jamming. So now Kristen, happy to be here. Glad you welcomed me. I did bring some gifts. You can't go to anybody's house without bringing gifts. My mama raised me properly.
Okay.
So I do have some gifts for you. First and foremost, Urban Rastaman, you are now a part of the Urban Rastaman family. I brought you an Urban Rastaman shirt of your own.
You think I should probably change? I probably should change. That's great.
Hold on. We're not done yet. I've got some Urban Rastaman paraphernalia, but spreading culture, like I said, is not just Caribbean. I brought you some jewelry. These are handcrafted, straight from Africa, from Ghana. Handcrafted necklaces, bracelets.
Oh my gosh.
And I brand everything.
Anybody knows me, I like fun jewelry that's completely unique, so that's really great.
And then you've got your Urban Rastaman branding. You've got stickers everywhere, so you can prove to everybody that you've got some culture.
Yes.
And I can't come from the Caribbean without bringing you a mango.
Oh!
This is yours. This
thank
is yours.
you.
This is for after we eat. This is for your dessert. This is yours.
Later on.
Absolutely.
I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to get to cooking. I just love this guy. And there's actually his wife is right over there. She's not really on. Her name's Nikki, and she's amazing. But I just love them right off the bat. And I told him, I said, I just need help being cooler. And then I'm tired of making the same things, but I need some flavor. So we're going to make some Caribbean curry shrimp, which I don't normally make shrimp. So I'm really excited to kind of watch the flavors that he brings to this. And also, if you like this, if you like kind of the I Can't Even meals, if you'll do me a huge solid and go to the hashtag I Can't Even meals YouTube and click subscribe and then click the little bell, there'll be two things. One, we have to have 100 subscribers in order to verify the page and then open up to offer a whole bunch of new stuff. So it's not really, I haven't really launched it, so you kind of get a sneak peek of what's in there. I don't know why I keep doing this as if air quotes really help. But on to cooking, okay? On to cooking. And I'm gonna put this on while we talk. What are we gonna talk about here?
I come bearing gifts.
Again, he's like Mary Poppins.
First of all,
the Rasta Mary Poppins.
I did bring you some wine. This is some ginger wine. This is authentic from Jamaica ginger wine.
Okay.
I brought you also some Calypso hot pepper sauce. Do you like hot pepper?
First of all, anyone who's ever watched anything knows that I put I'm ridiculous with the peppers.
All right.
Yeah.
I figured you didn't have curry of your own.
I mean, I have curry, but it's like Publix, right?
All right. Well, we've got authentic Jamaican curry. I brought my own that I cook with, but I want to make sure that I can replace your Publix curry.
What?
With your own sealed packet of Jamaican curry.
Who knows? Where would I find this? I don't know.
If you don't have access to Jamaican curry, Publix curry is just fine.
Right.
I've also brought you from my own garden a Scotch bonnet pepper or 3.
Okay.
These are authentic.
Okay, so here's what's interesting. I looked up some, I did a little bit of research and tried to find some interesting things about this. What is a Scotch bonnet pepper and why do you use it?
Well, we use it for the flavor. Scotch bonnet pepper is a very hot pepper, authentic, indigenous of Jamaica. But with the hot pepper, the seeds are what's actually hot. So we like the flavor, but if you pop the pepper while you're cooking, it becomes astronomically hot.
So the hashtag is don't pop the pepper.
Don't pop the pepper. Or you'll melt your face.
Family, and you'll melt your face off. Don't melt your face off.
Don't melt your face. But I did bring some authentic from my garden Scotch bonnet hot peppers. We're gonna cook with them. We're just not gonna pop it.
Okay.
All right.
We're not gonna pop it like it's hot.
We're not going to pop it like it's hot.
Because it is too hot to pop.
I thought you said you had no culture. All I've heard is culture since I walked in the door.
It's so nice, so nice. Okay, so you're gonna walk me through this. So the recipe was interesting. It called for olive oil, but you like to use coconut oil.
I use coconut oil for everything. I love the flavor. It adds a little sweet kick to the majority of what I use. If I'm going to use oil, I typically use coconut oil.
Coconut oil. Okay, so we're gonna honor that. And what I told him was lean and green is really important for this, and to try and make it as lean and green as possible. So he said I only use a tablespoon or so for the entire meal. So I thought that was perfect. That's awesome. The other thing is you would normally use like regular rice, but cauliflower rice is a great substitute, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't spike your insulin level, keeps your level throughout the day, makes you like not pass out after.
That's good.
That's really good.
That's good.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Don't be afraid of the microwave. Don't. If it's an I can't even night, just have a bag and put it in the microwave. 5 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
What else? What's next?
So ultimately, we're just trying to show you a little bit more about culture, a little bit more. The problem that we typically have is we use a lot of rice and potatoes and things of that nature. So I like the cauliflower rice. I like the alternative that you add to this. So next, we're gonna season the shrimp and we're gonna go ahead and get started.
So I'm gonna go over to my Copper Chef induction cooktop guy. You know what? I'm gonna plug him in first.
Yeah, that does help.
Not bad. That's not a prepared thing. All right. So we're gonna go medium and we're gonna go start. And this thing's gonna get hot pretty quickly. So I think you said 1 tablespoon or so of coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
I'll let you do that, sir.
All right.
As you do that, I'm actually gonna get a. Oh, there you go. You need that. And also, sorry, let me go this way. I need a can opener. All right, so the recipe actually said to put the shrimp in after, but you like to saute yours up front.
I like to start cooking the shrimp from the start. Granted, you don't want to make it too trashy. You don't want to overcook the shrimp, but all of the vegetables and everything involved doesn't take too long to cook, so the shrimp will be good, especially the side shrimp.
Okay, right, which, by the way, when you're getting shrimp, one thing that's important, farm raised is just not great. I mean, it's pretty much what's accessible and what's there, but if you can find some wild shrimp, it's essentially you're actually catching it in the wild. If it's farm raised, it's getting a whole bunch of, it's being fed a whole bunch of stuff that might not be great, and they're compact, and who wants to stress, like, I don't want to eat a stressed out shrimp.
No.
Like, that's not very Rasta.
No, not very.
Right? Like,
I
that's a good
vital.
point.
Keep it as natural as possible.
As ganja shrimp as possible, right? Like, as like,
well,
chilled out as possible?
As iron as possible.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so whenever you're ready, so you've got the coconut oil. I'm gonna cut up a half of a bell pepper and also 2 green onions to put in there for later.
Perfect.
Okay, so whenever that feels like, and that gets hot pretty fast.
And then you want me to go ahead and start seasoning?
Yeah, so walk us through, like, why is curry such a big thing? Like,
well, it's the main ingredient that we use in majority of our food. It's curry chicken, curry shrimp. It's the flavor. It's that island vibe. Now I will differentiate. This is Jamaican curry. When Jamaicans make curry, we call it curry shrimp or curry chicken.
Okay.
Other Caribbean islands like Trinidad and Guyana say shrimp curry instead of curry shrimp.
Oh, so it's almost like its own language.
To a certain degree, they of course they think theirs is the best. We think ours is the best. So it's a little bit of a rivalry between, you know, curry shrimp and shrimp curry.
But have you ever seen a street battle?
I have not.
Curry?
I have
curry
not. But Urban Rastaman may have to put that on. So
oh,
we
that
may
would be
have
so
to
fun.
bring various different cultures together
right.
and do a battle right here in your
Yes.
kitchen, maybe.
Oh,
there you go.
I would be a taste tester.
Yes, there we go.
I wouldn't know.
There we
I wouldn't
go.
have any preference really, except for this one time. That's awesome.
Mhm.
So I just cut up like half of or 1 or 2 green onions. You've got the coconut oil in there.
I've got coconut oil in there. I'm going to add the curry. I would say probably, if I had to give you a measurement, probably about a tablespoon of curry. Now, the Urban Rastaman is a little unorthodox. I very rarely ever measure, but I do have to give you something that you can follow.
Okay.
So maybe about a tablespoon of curry. I do season the shrimp first
That's
before
a nice
putting
amount
it
of
in.
curry. I like flavor.
Oh, yes.
You're like the body flay of Rasta.
Hey.
Right? Yeah, bam.
Oh, wait, no.
That's emerald. That's
see,
emerald, yeah.
You know what? I'm trying to keep up. All right.
Okay. So then you just toss that around.
Yep, toss that around.
Okay. Here you go.
And a little
And
onion
then
powder.
here's the other thing. Like a lot of recipes call for chopped garlic, chopped onions, and what I was talking to my friend Dwight about is, hey, do you ever use powders? And he looked at me like, of course I do.
Who
I mean,
doesn't?
I'm a human, right? Like,
if you think about the nature of the meals that you're making, you want to make them as quickly as possible. Well, chopping up is going to add time to everything you do.
Right.
Sometimes quick and easy is what it takes. Whether you want to do the long division or the short division, as long as you get the right answer, that's what matters.
and the right answer, the whole point of this is to break up with the drive-through, right? And to believe that we can engage with food in a way that's going to fill our bodies, make us more present in our lives, and just really fill us and feed us well.
Mm-hmm.
And also make our bodies banging. I mean, that's also the goal, right? So you've got. Is there anything else that you need to put in this besides the curry, like the onion powder?
The onion powder. Now,
Okay.
do you
I have garlic powder too.
have garlic powder?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can feel it in your face.
Yes, there you go. I was going for the garlic powder
Yeah.
next.
And mine is again Publix. super non-bougie for my bougie friends, who I've told is bougie.
There you go.
Okay.
Are you having bougie issues? Are people saying that you're bougie? When
No,
you-
no, I'm
Quite
not.
the opposite.
Well, I guess I have my bougie moments, right? Like I have particular things of bougie.
Yes.
Like when I go stay somewhere, I like to have a nice bed.
I
you know?
understand.
Cool sheets and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't like to sleep in a tent.
Yeah.
Not my faves.
But I guess levels of bougie are universal.
Right. Exactly.
There are some levels of bougie that the Rastaman also has to have. Typically, no, but
What's your level of bougie?
I prefer a bed myself.
Oh, that's surprising to me. I would think you would want a hammock.
There are times when a hammock is necessary. There are times where a bed is necessary.
Okay,
It's
I like
about
that.
balance.
Yeah,
It's about balance.
It's a balance. Okay.
All right.
All right. So you've got a pound of shrimp, and then we have. Let me just do this. Let me see if anybody else is on here. Pound of shrimp. You've got curry powder, onion powder, garlic powder, all in there. Is the time for later?
No, you're at the timer right
Okay.
now.
Let's do it. Let's just. That's not smart. Did you see that? I was about to try and knife this. Not the smartest cookie.
And I would typically add the time a little bit later, but for the sake of what we're going to be doing, the sauteing, let's get the flavor all the way in from the beginning.
Okay. So there, I think it might come
Yeah,
out.
and get just right to the shakers out, maybe on
Okay, just a little bit of shake.
Yeah.
Literally, it's coming up like a slow faucet.
Yes, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, just a
So
little flavor.
it said fresh time, but I went to Whole Foods and got the 365 little tiny time of powder. All right. So
All right.
is that
We're-
I think
yeah, we're-
salt or no?
We absolutely need a little bit of salt.
Okay.
I typically bring Lowry's seasoning salt. I did
Oh.
forget the seasoning salt.
Okay.
But we can go ahead and use regular salt.
Tell me when.
That's good. You
Oh.
don't want it too salty.
All right.
Flavor,
Not like
yes,
the
but
beach.
not
You don't
necessarily
want to feel
salt.
like you're tasting the ocean, right?
Here's the other thing. If you're experimenting, then you want to start out slow because you can ruin a meal by adding too much salt in the beginning.
I feel like that's dating,
Yeah.
right?
No.
We want to start out slow.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got too much flavor up front. It's a little aggressive.
We're dating the new meal.
Yeah, we're dating the new meal.
We're seeing if this works.
Let's pace ourselves,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Don't jump in first night. Nobody likes that.
Yeah. You don't have to ask the credit score just yet.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So shrimp. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're all in.
Do it. Do
We're
it.
all in. All or nothing.
I like it. Oh my gosh! You hear the crackles? That's one of my favorite things is the crackles. And I see Nicole Milazzo. I know you're at work, but hi. You want to say hi? Actually, you're probably not. You're probably on your way home by now. Or you're probably not driving. Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to call you out with all the things. I don't know where you are. If you're on, say hi and it's okay. Say hi. So once the shrimp have cooked down a little bit, right? We're gonna add what? We're gonna add.
There, you add the chicken broth.
Okay.
Now, for the recipe, keep in mind, I'm adding a Caribbean feel to your recipe.
Yes.
So where would you go next?
Oh, that's such a great question. Thank you so much. So one thing that was really important to me was that the coconut milk is really great. It depends on where coconut milk, light coconut milk, and then this guy, right? So for the majority, if you're on the 5-in-1, you really kind of want to stay away from the extra fat that's in the regular coconut milk. And instead, if you want to do a curry and you want to kind of play around with flavors, don't deny yourself that. Just have a better choice, and it may change the texture a little bit, but you still get the flavor. You still get the idea of it, which is super important. So I got this one, 365 from Whole Foods. It's got 50 calories, 1 carb, 1 gram of sugar, a little bit of protein. So it will, 1 cup will be, this is 4 servings. So it really is kind of neutral in terms of like the portion sizes, but it gives you that good coconut flavor, I think. I say I think because I've never tried it before. So we're gonna try it and we'll take a picture after and see if it actually works out. But that was one thing that was really important because I think coconut flavor with the curry is really important.
It'll definitely accent it.
This smells so good.
I would go ahead and add it now. The only thing about shrimp is we don't want to overcook shrimp. Shrimp doesn't take very long at all.
Right.
Maybe about 2 minutes on each side.
Okay.
And then from here.
It's got a nice little sear on it too, you guys. Well, I'll show you in a second. So, 2 minutes on each side. Did you guys hear that?
Roughly.
That's oh, look how pretty. Oops, look how pretty that is. And this. Oh, so pretty. Oh my gosh, and we're gonna show you it in just 1 second. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna show you kind of what it looks like. So it's cooked down just a little bit. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I can see it in there.
Okay, but the coconut milk has now turned yellow, like a nice curry should, right? Okay. So then the tomato paste, I heard it was like a tablespoon.
Yep, about a tablespoon tomato paste.
Okay. Do you mind if I?
No, by all means.
All right. I'm learning what a tablespoon looks like, kind of just by itself, right? All right. And then let's see. Oh, chicken broth. Do I add it now?
Go ahead. We're going all in at this point.
Okay, all in. We're pouring it all in. This is the kitchen sink chicken curry. All right, so that was this little guy. These little guys, by the way, again, Whole Foods or Publix, you can get these individual bone broths because if you get one of those big boxes, it's really difficult because you don't know how much you're going to use. You're probably not going to need all of it, and then you never use the second half when you need to. So these guys give you shelf life, and they give you life because it's bone broth. It's not, it's chicken broth. It's close though.
All right, and now we go ahead and throw everything else in.
Really? Okay, do I cut these up like smaller probably?
Yeah, you probably could cut the
Okay, I don't know if you can see them.
up a little bit smaller.
Cut them up like this. I'm gonna. So what made you guys start, what made you want to start Rastaman?
Well, being Caribbean, I grew up in the environment. My dad was a Rastaman. There were Rastas everywhere around me. So a lot of people have a misconception of the Rasta concept. It's a lifestyle. There are people who think of the religion, but it's a lifestyle. The Caribbean lifestyle of love and unity and just of oneness, of everyone being together. Nature, health, mental health, physical health, spiritual health. All of these things are encompassed by that Rasta attitude and that mindset. So it's, especially in this day and age, more of something that we were passionate about, that we just want to spread our culture a little bit more and have people understand each other a little bit more. So by us going into other cultures and sharing our culture, it gives us the opportunity to learn more about other people's culture. And the more we understand about our differences, the more we realize how much we're truly the same. So Urban Rastaman is just going around and spreading culture. We're going to start doing events. Our website goes live next week, which is August 15th.
Exciting.
We have reggae music. We have 3 channels of reggae music playing on the website.
Okay.
You can purchase our apparel. We have
so BB
shirts.
Dubs, if you're in a corporate environment and you just need a little Rasta in your life, it's a way to go.
Absolutely. We do events. We do heavy marketing on social media, Instagram.
Where can they find you, by the way?
Follow us on Instagram at Urban Rastaman. You'll be able to see all the developments, everything we've done over the last 2 years and what we continue to do. Our website, like I said, is urbanrastaman.com. We go live as of August 15th. We're on Facebook, The Urban Rastaman.
That's right.
On Facebook.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had a hard time finding it.
Yes.
The article "the" is super important in this whole situation.
The Urban Rastaman on
Yeah.
Facebook. We have a presence on Twitter as well. It's Urban Rastaman on Twitter as well. But social media, particularly Instagram, is where you'll find the most of what we're done.
And who doesn't use the grams? I mean, Facebook, thanks for buying them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easier because now we can talk about both and not feel bad about it.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So, one thing. So let's just recap really quickly. So this is actually probably take you less time than this. So this little guy took 6 minutes. This was in the microwave. The shrimp itself, probably if we hadn't been talking, probably would have taken us 2 to 3 minutes to saute, and then another few minutes to reduce back down with the curry and the coconut milk and everything.
Correct.
So what we put in there, we had a tablespoon of curry, about a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. And then what else did we put in there?
We put you hit on all the ingredients. The fresh vegetables were
Right.
the
Thyme.
Yeah, we put some thyme.
Yep.
And coconut milk.
Oh, right. So about a cup of coconut milk, like the unsweetened coconut milk that's in the bottle that's 50 calories versus the alternative, which would be like almost 100 and something.
Calories with all the sugar.
Right. All the sugar and everything
correct,
in it.
Correct.
I mean, it's delicious, but it's not, it doesn't make you feel good. So.
And the final ingredient, of course, for flavors, we have the Scotch bonnet. That we are not going to break. We're going to let it sit in there and saute for flavor.
Where would you find a Scotch bonnet pepper? Because I was at Whole Foods and they didn't have it.
It was in my garden, actually.
Oh! Is that where people can come to find them?
Anyone can just come to the Urban Rastaman's garden and we'll have a Scotch bonnet. Actually, no, if you don't have a Scotch bonnet, if you go to the farmer's market in your area locally and ask for Scotch bonnet peppers, if you don't have those, then you can throw a cayenne pepper or any kind of pepper in there to substitute. The idea is don't let anything stop you. If you hit a speed bump, just slowly go over it, go around it, detour, find something else to replace it. It's always about keep moving. Don't let anything stop you. Don't get discouraged, and that's the idea.
So just be real, but also with the Scotch bonnet pepper, if it does break, you may want to not eat what you have.
Yeah,
because apparently it's like,
remove it. If it breaks, remove it as quickly as possible, and then just taste. There's some people that like extreme heat. A Scotch bonnet pepper will give you that extreme heat if you like it.
Do you hear what I said it? If you like it.
If you like it.
If you like it.
Yeah.
I speak it. No, I was gonna say I speak at the Jamaican. And that's so bad. How would you say I can't even meals?
Me can't even. Me can't even meals. Me close. Me can't even.
Can't even.
You know the great thing about culture is you can continue to say it your way, I continue to say it my way, and it's completely okay.
He's saying that because I'm butchering it. 100%. That's so nice.
Even.
By the way, he has kids.
4 of them.
So like he's
4 girls actually.
4 girls.
Yes. Yes.
How long have you been right been married?
We've been married. What are we going on? 7 years now.
7 years.
7 years together for 13.
Yes.
My queen. Couldn't do any of it without her.
Relationship goals, right, y'all?
Yes.
Relationship goals. So essentially now we have the cauliflower rice, everything's kind of brewing, and I think if it reduces, do we reduce it down a little bit more and then add more? Add the cauliflower rice?
Yes.
After. That's right.
Well, what we were going to do is we're going to do it the other way around.
Right.
We could definitely add it to the meal, but what I think would be great is if we were to actually dish out the rice first, the cauliflower rice first, and then pour it over it.
Yes.
What that'll do is the cauliflower rice will still maintain its consistency.
And for anyone who's never seen cauliflower rice, it essentially is cauliflower that's been pulverized to have the feeling and the flavor, not the flavor of rice, but essentially when you add things with flavor, this becomes the base that kind of is that neutral that rice is. But again, I go back to spiking your insulin level, right? Like your body can only process 2 tablespoons of sugar at a time. And so if it doesn't go, it'll go to your liver, your muscles, and then it'll go directly as fat. That's why if you eat an entire bag of potato chips, it doesn't fill your belly. I mean, it might actually, a whole bag might fill your belly, but it really doesn't do what it needs to in terms of, hold on, someone's texting, thank you. But what it doesn't do is actually satiate your body, because it's actually, your body's really smart, and so it pours it right into storage. So it's not like you're actually using it. So what you do is you find fibrous vegetables like cauliflower as a substitute, and you have protein. So you've got your veggies, your protein, and you've got the fat, a little bit of fat with the coconut oil. And that actually, what happens is it's a slow release. It's kind of like, instead of it being a fire hose, it kind of like is a drip of energy. And that way it sustains your energy longer. Pretty cool, huh?
I came to learn, and I've learned so
Right.
much already.
Me too.
I appreciate it.
Me too.
This is great information.
This is so pretty. I'm so grateful for you guys being here.
Because
And being
even with us, the other challenge that we had, as I was telling you, is that we get tired of regular meals. We get tired of salad. We get on our fitness and ride the bicycle, and we get tired of the same meals. So just knowing that you can do something different is great.
This is so fun. This is really. I've gotten to know new peppers, new spices, new ways of doing things. I hardly ever eat shrimp, which I'm sad. I don't know why I don't eat shrimp more often. This looks delicious. And it's awesome. How about I get a big spoon? It's like my grandmother's. And why don't we just, for the sake of time and all the things?
Yeah, let's
feel good about it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, why don't you do the honors, sir? I'll hold. Let's do this together.
No problem. Now.
Yeah, ghost pepper. No, they're not ghost, but bonnet.
Let's go ahead and remove the Scotch bonnet.
Hold on, let me just put it in its own little container.
All right.
No.
Melt your face.
Melt your face off. Melt your face off.
Melt your face
Melt your
off.
face off.
Can't even melt my
Pretty
face.
sure I'm between Irish and not. Whatever that is. Oh wow. Man, that's like a white tank top that you got at the beach. It shrank up real. Did you see these shrimp were like this big initially, and now they're like tiny?
I think the time frame we've had them in here also contributes to
okay.
shrunk.
Got it. Oh, that looks so good though.
I would have probably liked a little thicker consistency, but this will.
So I think probably what you'd have to do, this is a really good point actually.
Yeah.
I put a lot of chicken broth in there, and because we're not using traditional coconut milk, it's normally thicker. So you might either have to spend a little bit more time reducing it down and maybe then add the shrimp, or add less chicken broth to it so that it's a little bit thicker. Because we don't want to misrepresent what you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm gonna ask Nikki to come over here just so you can see her face. Just to come around the side over here. She's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, she's so cute. She's fixing herself up. Does anyone have any questions? Donna. Hi, boo. Thank you for all the things today. Love you. All right. So this couple again,
Urban Rastaman.
Urban Rastaman.
Yes.
Urban Rastaman. I have to say it like
Rastaman.
that.
Say it with the accent. Urban
Yeah,
Rastaman.
find them in all the different social medias, and try something new. Invite culture into your space.
Absolutely.
In like both ways.
Absolutely.
Right?
Urban
I
Rastaman
gave
is
him.
about spreading culture. What we're here to do is spread culture.
I like. That's right. Spreading culture.
Yeah, spreading culture.
Spreading culture.
Absolutely.
Well, if you have any ideas, like contact them, talk to them. They have all kinds of events and different things going on.
Absolutely. Feel free to reach out. The email address is theurbanrastaman@gmail.com. You have questions? You have an idea? You want to run something? But feel free to reach out. I'm happy to reach out to anyone.
Why don't you guys?
Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Here you go. Oh, okay. All right, we'll taste it. All right. Okay. Can you guys see that? I just want to make sure you can see how pretty that is. It's so beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna eat the entire shrimp. I'm sorry about what's about to happen. Oh, hot.
Very light.
Very light.
Yeah.
So I can see his face. He's not excited. So
I'd probably double the amount of curry we put in here, and and the one ingredient that I did forget to bring was the Lawry's seasoning salt.
So it just needs a little bit more
Just
kick
a
with the
little
salt.
bit kick of the salt,
Okay.
and maybe a little bit more curry, and you're right on point right here.
Okay, I'll add that to the recipe. I'll add two tablespoons of curry and then a tablespoon or teaspoon of Lawry's seasoned salt. And then again, we'll talk about the reduction, like reducing down this other stuff here.
But let me be clear, I'm not disappointed.
Yeah, no, it's delicious. It really is. It's my first experience there. One more time, I Can't Even Meals. If you will go and subscribe, if you enjoy this, like if you don't enjoy it, don't worry about it. But if you like it, if you kind of want to see, we've got 30 different videos there on I Can't Even Meals. But I need you to subscribe and then click the little bell to get weekly updates because we're going to start uploading new content there, and that would be great. All right, hope you're having a great hump day. Hope all your hump dreams come true. Right? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So much cooler. So much cooler than me.